Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into Bump Up Business. We're diving into episode 6. Just finished reacting to episode 5 and 4 and 3. And yeah, we're in the part of the story now where I don't know why I can't commit his character's name to memory. It's probably because I don't like him, so I just don't feel the need to commit it to memory. But Cuban's character, he's trying to, well, he's basically got Eden now, and he's gonna take him back to his hotel and try and seduce him, try and use his female friend to seduce him into proving, yes, he's straight, he's not good for my baby, and you know, Ji-hoon's all mine. And I'm just like, oh God, can you just go away already? So we're gonna dive in and see where the things go with this episode. Again, why he was here, I don't know. He says the CEO called him, which feels like an odd choice on the CEO's part, if that's true.
이드는 내가 숙소까지 태워다 줄 테니까 나랑 같이 나가자고. 내가 태워주고 다시 오면 지훈이도 아마 일어나 있겠지?
아니에요. 저도 그냥 택시 타고 가면 됩니다.
에이, 그럼 내가 지훈이한테 혼나지. 지금 택시도 없다고. 괜찮죠, 다정 씨?
네, 뭐 그렇긴 하지만.
가자.
선배님, 저는 그냥 호텔로 가면 되는데.
알았어. 근데 지금 호텔 체크인도 안 되는데. 그냥 우리 집에 잠시만, 아주 잠시만 있다 가자. 가자.
I'm okay. I'll just wait in the lobby. It's fine.
라이언아트 이든이다. 안녕하세요. 반가워요.
인사해. 가수 겸 뮤지컬 배우 라운이라고 알지?
안녕하세요, 이든입니다. TV에서 많이 봤습니다.
야, 많이 보긴. 요즘 맨날 놀고 있는데. 나랑은 남매 같은 사이니까 오해나 하지 말고.
Yes, I have my eyes on somebody else if it wasn't fairly obvious.
저는 그냥 호텔로 가면 되는데.
알았어. 그러면 내가 병원에 가서 지훈을 일로 모셔올 테니까 넌 그냥 편하게 쉬고만 있어. 지훈이도 재영도 오면 항상 여기 와서 묵어서 아마 여기가 더 편할걸?
지훈 오빠가 내 얘기 안 해요? 나랑도 엄청 친하고 스캔들도 나고 했었는데.
Okay, that's great.
근데 라이언아트는 몸 보고 뽑나? 이든 씨도 몸이 좋다.
I mean, yes, he
나
does.
일단 지훈이 데리고 올 테니까 뭐 따뜻한 차라도 한 잔 준비해 줘.
빨리 다녀와.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna wait down in the lobby.
내가 따뜻한 거 한 잔 줄게요.
네.
Okay, I mean, I can rest down in the lobby. That's fine. You got out of the hospital with a quickness, Jesus. Not you drugging him, Lord. Lord, don't even get me started.
잠이 들었었나?
A little bit, yes.
여보세요?
야, 강희든, 너 지금 어디야? 내가 전화 몇 번이나 한 줄 알아?
형 죄송해요. 깜빡 잠이 들어서.
왜 잠이 들어? 어디 아픈 거야? 아니, 너 어디 다친 거야?
I mean, that's kind of a jump into a conclusion. Why did you fall asleep? Are you hurt? Okay.
형 몸은 괜찮으세요?
야, 지금 그게 중요해? 야, 그래서 너 지금 어디냐니까?
형도 도현빈 선배님 집으로 오기로 한 거 아니었어요?
도현빈 씨, 그럴 줄 알았다. 씨.
형.
Maybe don't hang up with him. Maybe like tell him, hey, this is probably what's happening. You should probably leave.
씨, 아까 누구야? 그냥 우리끼리 재미있는 시간 보내.
I'm okay. Thank you, though.
이든 씨 진짜 귀엽다.
I am. I'm even cuter down in the lobby.
이러지 마세요. 이건
뭐?
Ma'am. Ma'am, I need you to get off of me, please.
뭐야 이거?
I don't want
뭐가
you.
문제야?
I don't want
매력이
you.
없어?
Yes,
고라은이야 고라은.
that's great. I don't give a fuck who you are.
제가 아니게. 너 혹시 진짜로 공지훈을 사랑하기라도 하는 거니?
None of your goddamn business.
지훈이 형.
바보같이.
아무 일도 없었어요. 정말이에요.
I mean, aside from the fact that I got drugged, and almost attacked.
도현빈 선배님이 형이 이리로 온다고.
그러니까 내가 도현빈이랑 엮이지 말라고.
I did tell you that, baby boy. You're too good for your own good.
아이씨! 야 고라은! 너 지금 뭐 하는 거야? 자신 있다며? 그럼 사진도 한 장 못 찍었어? 지훈아
여기 있을 것 같더라.
오해야. 아 오해가 있었나 봐. 아 내가 너한테 연락할래 했는데 강희등 걔가
진작 말했어야 했는데 마지막으로 한 번만 말한다. 한 번만 더 강희등 건드리면
문지야!
You did say.
지가 진짜 미쳤구나.
I mean, you orchestrated to have this boy drugged and assaulted, and then you want to say that he's gone crazy? Perspective.
제 어리적 꿈과 열정을 담은 재용도
Oh, Lord Jesus.
시간나 식당 혹시 들으시죠? 저희 재용도가
Thank you, Mayor.
두 스타분을 위해서 파이팅 한번 가도록 하겠습니다. 타이거로브 파이팅.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
두 분 모두 수고하셨어요. 시장님들은 대부분 말씀들이 길어요.
그래도 생각보단 일찍 끝났네요.
누나, 우리 내일 아침 비행기로 가는 거 맞죠?
응, 맞아. 근데 지훈 씨 비행기 괜찮겠어요?
혹시 몰라서 약 처방도 받아놨고 아마 괜찮을 거예요.
Just take a sleeping pill and wake up when it's
얘기도
over.
옆에 있고. 그나저나 오늘 일정은 더 이상 없는 거 맞죠?
네, 그렇죠 뭐. 그래서 말인데 셋이 회나 한 접시.
선배님.
지훈 씨 어디 가요?
Okay, film a little beachside content. Child, I don't know how the stationary phone is getting camera shots from all these angles. It's got like a panoramic view of them. But we're gonna suspend our disbelief right now.
무슨 생각을 그렇게?
아무것도.
The drugging that I endured yesterday.
때마다 꼭 들리는 곳이야.
I don't know if I'm a fan of this color grading they've got happening at the top of the screen because it feels like they're not on a beach at all. Like, it doesn't seem like sunset. It feels like they're on a sound studio somewhere and they just, post-production, let's just put an orange strip right here on top of the screen.
감사해요. 전부 다.
He's still precious, though. Gets hit by a car. No, okay, good.
아니. 사랑해요.
Oh, okay. I guess. Sure. I mean, we saw that coming. It's kind of the end goal of this. So you drugged him too? Lord Jesus. So my question is, why would you want to do this if you are so in love with him or something? Why would you want to jeopardize his career? Lord.
안녕 제이. 무슨 일이야?
선배님 안녕하세요. 선배님 프로그램 잘 보고 있어요. 얼마 전 방송 보니까 라이오나트라는 듀엣 나오던데 혹시 거기 이든이라는 친구 아세요?
이든? 이든은 왜? 아, 너무 잘 알죠.
Lies. Okay, are you the little boy? Okay, what's your plan now? 15 years ago when he was a kid, he had a crush on somebody else. Lord, I have feelings. I don't think I'm going to get too deep into these feelings. If you've been with the channel long enough, or if you've seen some of my other series reactions where some of these topics came up, I've gone into some heavy deep dives and whatnot, and people like, Topher, you're going too damn far. It's not that serious. It's just a drama. They're fake characters. It doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's fucking bullshit, but whatever. I mean, like I said in my commentary last episode, this series, it's not necessarily the best series in the world. It's not the most mind-blowingly amazing series. It's not changing anybody's life. It's not changing anybody's world. Nobody's world is going to be like greatly impacted because they watch this series. It's not. It's a very generic BL series. Like, if this is your first BL series, your first introduction to the world, it might be something you might be like, oh, this is really good. This is super cute, blah, 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 blah. But once you've seen enough of the series, there's so many just generic, tropey things about this. Like I said last episode, it feels very paint by numbers. Like, okay, a BL series needs to have a guy. We need another guy he's going to fall in love with. We need conflict. We need an angry ex. We need this, that. And it's just like we're just checking off all these random just stereotypes. And it's just like it doesn't feel inspired. It doesn't feel new. It just feels generic. And that's fine. Sometimes you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes just a cheesy old generic feel good series is enough, and you can just like bask in the cheesy heartwarmingness of it. But sometimes it's just we cross into some tropey territories that it's just like, can we just let this particular trope die? Can we let this particular plot point just not exist anymore? Because it's not romantic, it's not cute, and it's just so the whole drugging and then trying to get them in a compromising position to out them as this, that, the other, or, you know, straight or whatever for the sake of whatever end goal you have. I'm like, hey, we'll leave the whole legal matter of this alone for right now. We'll suspend that that little part of reality, but just, I don't know. Like, yes, I know this happens in everyday life, and there are people who just don't have the same sort of moral compass that some of us other people do. But like, it just, I've said it in a number of series, like my issue necessarily isn't with the fact that these plot points are taking place in the series. Like, it's not necessarily that he is being drugged or that he's being taken advantage of or that he is about to be attacked or something like that that I don't like. I mean, yes, I don't like that, but it's not just that existing in the series that makes me automatically, nope, I don't like this. It's how it's done. It's how it's used in the story. Like if it's being used for a narrative purpose to serve some sort of function to progress the story, then I'm fine with it, again, depending on how it's handled. But if it's just there for the sake of, hey, we need a drama, so let's just, let's pick this out of the hat. Let's go with this. And then we just kind of treat it like, no, that's not a big deal. It's just whatever. Just move on. Okay, next. That's when I start to take issue with it. So like here, it felt very casual, just run of the mill. And who knows, maybe that's how it is. Maybe that's how the industry is. I don't know. I'm not in the K-pop industry. I can't speak one way or the other. I hope that's not how it is. Dear God, I hope that's not how it is, because that would be terrible. It's frightening. There's so many artists out there. That's just a frightening reality to have to live in if that was the case. But it was all done so nonchalantly, just like, oh yeah, here you go, drugged tea, and he's waking up all groggy and whatnot. Thankfully, nothing happened to him at that point. And then she comes in, oh, who is that? And then she starts throwing herself at him, and he's physically pushing her off, fighting her off. And she's like, what's wrong? Am I not attractive? I'm like, that's not what this is about. You could be the most gorgeous person in the world, but if I have not consented to enact with you, if I have no desire to engage in these actions with you, I don't care how gorgeous you are. I don't care how famous you are. I don't care who the fuck you are. Okay. Like, no, that does not make it. You being gorgeous does not make it okay. Okay. Because again, if the tables were turned and if he were doing this to her, we would be screaming from the high heavens about assault, this, that, the other. And he needs to be put in jail. He needs to be killed. I guarantee you by the end of the series, she will have faced no repercussions. Not a damn thing's going to happen to her. And I'm sure Cuban's character also is not going to face any sort of repercussions for any of this stuff that's going down. And then we're seeing that this was not the first time, because we had other flashback with Ji-hoon, which I'm like, okay, that's probably what broke this up in the first place. So who knows how many other people they've done this same sort of activity with throughout the years. Who knows? But I guarantee you they're not going to face any repercussions. But if the tables were turned and Eden had been the one doing this to her, the comment sections would be ablaze. Like, oh my God, I can't believe we are normalizing this, that, the other. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. So again, not the fact that it happened is irritating. It's the nonchalant nature that we are treating it with that happened. I felt the same way with, I think in the series Oxygen, the series, did they do this in Tonon Chanlati? I think there was a plot line, yes, in the bathroom, where I was like, I had similar feelings. Went out. I remember talking about it during Kim Porsche, but then later on in the Kim Porsche series, it was treated narratively, and we apologized, we moved on, and we discussed the topic. We didn't just treat it as this big romantic thing. So I was like, okay, thank you for acknowledging it at least. But I've gone on this tirade a number of times, so it's just frustrating to see that this nonchalantness with this trope is still present in 2023. Like, my God. Like with some of the other series that are a little bit older, even though 2020 was not that damn long ago, I'll give a little bit of grace to, like, okay, it was, the BL world was still in its infancy and they're still finding their legs and, you know, figuring things out. I don't like it, but whatever, it is what it is. But like, you know, there have probably been at least 100 BL series this year, released this year in itself. Like, we're not in our infancy anymore. We know better. We know better. So like, we know better. Let's do better. Okay. So it's frustrating to see that narrative just thrown up in our faces again and again, just so nonchalantly. The characters just don't care, and they're going to face no repercussions to it. Yes, Ji-hoon went over to Cuban's character at the end and was like roughing him up a little bit. I told you not to mess with my man, or blah blah blah, and left him at that. But like, they should quite literally be facing jail time, amongst other things. Like, literally, they are committing crimes. They are drugging people and taking advantage of them without consent. They are literally committing crimes and should be facing jail time. But okay, whatever. We'll gloss over that little detail. So then after that, Ji-hoon and Eden, they go to the mayor's office and they have whatever little meeting with him, and it's fun. Then they go to the beach and they have some more fun. They take some pictures. Eden realizes that he actually is in love with Ji-hoon, which is like, yeah, okay, yeah, we got that. And then there towards the end, Cuban's character got a call from Jay, the pianist, a couple episodes back. And he's like, hey, you know that guy you had on your show, Eden? It's like, yeah, I know him really well. Now all of a sudden he's got pictures of him when he was a child, and he's got this devious smirk on his face like, yeah, now I've got a plan. And I'm like, what the fuck is your plan? Like, this, you have nothing. You have nothing. Like, you have... First, you were trying to out him as straight. That didn't work. And now you have evidence that he could potentially be gay. Again, if this were a different series and we wanted to dive a little bit more into that whole backstory, we could go into all different kinds of conversations about whether he is gay, bi, pan, demisexual, asexual, like whatever. We can go into all kinds of explanations and theories, but we're not going to get into that. But right now, you have proof of him when he was a kid liking someone else who happens to be a boy. So if anything, that would further prove that he was of the homosexual persuasion, which you were just trying to disprove 10 minutes ago with this whole seduction technique. So okay, you've got pictures that prove that he's a homosexual. What exactly are these pictures supposed to do? He had a crush on someone when he was 5. Great. I had crushes on people when I was 5 too. Is that supposed to break me up with my current boyfriend? Like, I have no boyfriend, FYI. I'm just, hypothetically speaking. But like, I don't understand what his plan is exactly. Like, yeah, he had a crush on somebody when he was a kid. He's not with that person. He's not a kid. And he doesn't have a crush on them anymore. Is his plan to like reintroduce them and be like, hey, this is actually your long lost crush, in hopes that they'll get together or something? Or like, I don't know. I don't know what his plan is. But again, it all feels very paint by numbers. We're going to create a BL series. We need drama, blah, blah, blah. Like, it all feels very formulaic. And I'm just like, I don't understand the antagonist's thought process, but the antagonist has some sort of plan. I've come across that so many times in a lot of these series where it's like, I don't fucking understand what this antagonist's plan is, but they got one and it makes sense to them. Don't make one earthly bit of sense to me, but it makes sense to them. In their world, this is going to work out. And then we're going to see once they enact this plan, it's not going to work because it's a dumbass plan, but whatever. Let's go ahead and paint this by. Oh, yeah. So like I said, it's not a great series. I wish that my boys had something better as their first venture into the world of acting. It's unfortunate that this was what they were given, but Such is life. So we're gonna dive into the next couple episodes and just see how this story finishes out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Mwah.
Stranded here, stranded here, stranded. Stranded here, stranded here, stranded. There was a time we had it all. The darkness took over, and we started to fall. Hey, the feelings I had for you, they never left. And now I'm standing here stranded, lost with no vision of how we used to be. Standing here, stranded. Standing here, stranded. Ooh, yeah. I was drowning, suffocating. When you pulled me out for air, I was running through the fire in the mountains, and I can't breathe without you. It's hard to see without you. Can't breathe without you. No, I can't live. No, I can't live without you. It's hard to see without you. Can't breathe without you. I can't live. No, I can't live without you. Now we're together, there's nothing